Already know it's villain intro time. I think they're ready for the live, Mocher. Can I have a nose kiss? Thank you, Mochi. Are you already gifting memberships? Ayo. Hello, Miles. I will show you off in a moment as well. You guys can actually see his little face. Dang, Hammers starting us off. We've been live for 1 minute and y'all are already gifting the memberships. Oh my Lanta, thank you guys. Do you see what you do, Mochi? Do you see what your cuteness has enabled? It's all because of you, Sir Chonk. It is all because you are being such a Moch Loferton. Oh, he's such a little baby. Let's do one long cat check. Look how big that baby is. And then I shall release you. Okay? Thank you for another nose kissy. Alright. You are free. At least as far as Miles will allow you to be free. And now, you want to show off? Is it time for a Miles fit check? Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Hugs. Hugs. Come on. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, you're a good mother. Yes. Yes. We have so much animal cats. Thank you. And now they're both here. Parker is here. We even have the old man on camera. Wow, we never get Parker in here. We're really getting all the pet tax in. Well, shoot. And Parker even has his boy, our oldest, over. And he abandoned the bedroom just to say hi to you guys. Well, alright. How about y'all get out of here? We're going to start streaming. Go on and get. Go on. Thanks for playing. I'm going to close the door now. Shoo! Now that's how we start off a stream. Members, thank you for using your emotes the way God intended. Now, who do I have to thank for all those memberships? I saw Hammers. Thank you, Jordan Peterson, for gifting some members as well. Dang. Barely even got to say hello, and you guys are already like, and by the way, you can also join tomorrow's ad-free members only live with this, and this, and this, and you can also use your emotes. Hold on, let me adjust this camera just a skosh. It was a little bit too high up, and I am kind of a short lady, so I didn't want to have to really work that too hard. All right, let me see again. Should I push it more this way? Where am I going with this? This direction, maybe? Okay. A little bit more here. And then I think we're good. I think we're pretty... Nah, it's got to be a little bit lower. Okay, sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I actually took it off the tripod to take some graduation photos of Dadvocate. So now camera, please, I beg. Oh no. Okay, almost there. Okay, all right. Cool. Alrighty then, chat. Well, welcome back to another Dadvocate live stream. I'm your host, as always, Lauren, and if you get here early enough at the 11:30 a.m. Eastern start time, or even a little sooner, solid chance you will get the villain intro and some pet tax. So always worthwhile. This is a live stream that will last between 2 and 3 hours. It'll stay up if you want to enjoy it
later, but if you do enjoy it live, there are some benefits. For one, we've got the live chat right here. You can super chat if you really, really need to get my attention. If you really, really, really need to get my attention, there is a PayPal link in the description box down below. If you donate $10 or more, your message will be read by a robot that will just interrupt whatever I am saying in the moment. We call it the Interrupt Lauren button, okay? The biggest benefit, though, of sticking around for the live is, as you guys can see, the audience is extremely generous with gifting memberships. So just by keeping the window open, you could have a chance to join tomorrow's ad-free members only live, get access to hours and hours and hours of a backlog of ad-free members exclusive content, access to our exclusive Discord, and some pretty cute emojis that you can use in the chat. Definitely worthwhile, I would say. Now, these are streams too that you can enjoy just like a podcast, audio only if you'd prefer. While we do react to a lot of visual cues, I do my best to verbally describe everything that's going on so that you can keep taking the dogs for a walk, lifting weights at the gym, folding laundry, driving your car, whatever it is that you like to do that is a hands-off experience that you don't need to stare at your screen the whole time. It's how I prefer my media, just trying to cater to y'all's as well. What do we talk about on the stream? Mostly relationship stuff, men, women, dating, breakups, marriage, divorce, parenting, co-parenting, and all kinds of buffoonery and bungholery in between. We do not have TJ Tax today, I fear. My husbando is at work. If you really, really need to pull this card, we do have Dadvocate in the building. My recent high school graduate is around. Is he awake? The answer is no. But if we really absolutely need his opinion on something, I can go give him the old razzle dazzle. Honestly, as a parent, I probably should be waking him up, as it is almost noon. But look, he just graduated high school. It's like his second or third official day of summer vacation, not counting the weekends. I don't care. I don't care. He has so many little siblings at our house and his other house. They're all gone right now. He actually gets to sleep in. I'm gonna give him a win. Okay? I'm gonna let this one happen. You know what I mean? You know, you guys might like tomfoolery, but at this point in the game, we're never getting rid of the buffoonery or the bungholery. I'm pretty sure the long-term audience members would stage a coup if we were to even so much as try changing the language at this point. Lacey, so good to see you. Snake Garinger says, already been a month of membership. Time flies, y'all. Very fun start with all the fur baby taxes. Hell yeah, so good to see you. Snake's another active member of the Discord too, so if you ever like the people in the chat, good chance you will see even more of them in the Discord, possibly sharing seizure memes, because I'm epileptic. Arceon, so good to see you, and you can't scold me for not reading your article this time, although I haven't read the new ones, but you also haven't sent them to me. But I also haven't gone into your Substack to look. So I tried to blame you, but then I blamed myself. Arceon says, hello, Lauren. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you finally read my article. Take that, hammers, and congratulations to your son. Yeah, let him know that the chat says big W's on graduating high school. Doom for Zombie says, howdy howdy y'all, I'm actually on time and here to remind you all to like the stream. Yeah, thank you guys for doing that, because if there's one thing that I've never gotten better at as a streamer, it's reminding people to do the thing, which is liking the stream, which helps out my channel quite a bit. Okay, let sleeping Dadvocates lie. That's what I always say. So listen, I say, without a further ado, without too much mindless yapping, we did our pet tax, we did our housekeeping, we responded to super chats and membership donos. Let's get right into reading this super chat, and then the content. Okay, Snake, what you gotta say again? We've got to shake it up somehow. Epilepsy meme self. I see what you did there. I saw that. Okay. All right, all right. If you guys saw the thumbnail or the title of this stream, it is Sad Beige Moms Are Destroying Whimsy. Now, some of you guys might already know what I'm talking about, but if you do not, this next video will kind of showcase this issue that we are seeing in our culture. This very strange phenomenon that I feel like is pretty recent in just the last generation or two, that generations past did not really deal with. But it's women specifically needing every single piece of their house, inside and out, to be either white or beige. And there is almost like a massive protest, like a civil rights denial of any kind of color or character. In a past live, we literally covered a beige mom who got a white and beige ball pit for her child. I didn't even know they made ball pits devoid of color. Okay? It's like they want to be dogs where they can't see color and everything's in grayscale, but like beige scale is the way that future women have been made. And it's like, you look at a home design from like the 70s, which we might like cringe at a little bit now with like their plush rugs and all of the furniture, like fridges and stuff, being green and orange. And that might seem audacious, but God, at least people were alive. At least we could tell that there were signs of life. All this white and beige, it's so clinical. You know what I mean? But listen, let's get right into it. I keep saying that, but I did notice that we're behind on a couple super chats. So 2 more super chats, and then we're gonna get right into the video, especially because I saw a pink one, which is big. Hammer says, "Oh no, she's fallen for the trap. She's lost to us." Okay, if you don't know, Hammers and Arceon have been in like this war where Arceon asks me to read his Substack article, and then Hammers donates to say don't read Arceon's Substack article. They've been like the 2 Kronks on my shoulder, and it's up to you to decide which one is good Kronk and bad Kronk. ZOMG says, "Show me the prince." Okay, with a dono like that, I must obey. I don't like to think I can be bought, but before we get into beige moms, I'm going to put an orange lizard on my shoulder. It seems apropos, really. Jordan says, "Pinterest mom and the sad beige baby." I need to write like a kid's book like that, but okay. Give me a quick minute. I must obey the huge dono that requests that I get a lizard. I finally know what that's from, by the way. I bought Hoppers. Anyway, getting a lizard, and then we're getting into sad beige baby. Okay, BRB. I have returned with a bearded dragon. Hammer says, for the record, I'm clearly bad Kronk. Arceon, do you agree? Is there any argument here? Me trying to bait more super chats by making you guys fight? Okay. Let's get right into it. There is audio, but audio is off right now because it's copyright music. But what we see here is a video of just a white ass kitchen. There's a lot of space, by the way, a lot of cabinets. I see one fake cabinet. Do you guys have any of these in your kitchen? Ooh, they piss me off. They're as bad as like fake pockets when your jeans come with quote unquote pockets, but they're fake, so you can't actually put anything in there. Ooh, I hate this so bad when they put cabinets in your kitchen, but one of them's just like a fake one. Same as here. These are probably not real drawers. They're just like faux drawers. And the counters are completely clear, except for this like random bowl here of what appears to be nothing necessary. It wouldn't surprise me if it was just like a bowl of random like wooden balls or something. That seems to be like another thing we find in white and beige homes is you'll get like, first of all, there's the mandatory like, God, what are they called? They're like woven, a tapestry, just like the mandatory beige tapestry somewhere in the house. But there's also going to be a wooden bowl full of like, I don't know, other wooden balls or like some kind of random beige decoration that has literally no purpose. And then, you know, there's some proof of usage. There's like a soap bottle and then Dawn. And let me tell you, I bet she scoured Meyer for a beige dish soap. Like, I bet you she is currently looking for some kind of beige container that she can squirt the dish soap into so that the entire thing can just be empty and beige. Now, I will give her this. If we're actually cooking, then this is a great environment to have. Like it's very hygienic, it's very sanitary, okay? But also like God forbid there be any green or like a singular like I don't know, like a tiny little rooster or something. It's just you this is the kind of house that would stress me the fuck out. So it reads, I keep my kitchen like this because please tell me. And then it switches to, now that went by a little bit quick, so I'll pull us back and pause. Oh, I'll try again. She only gives us a tiny little glimpse of that first scene. Okay, I think I got it. Because this is the kitchen I grew up with. So here we go, audio only crew. I am going to visually describe her mom and or dad's house. So in this kitchen, it's actually like still white cabinetry, which is, I guess, like pretty par for the course. It's either going to be like white or brown cabinetry in a kitchen. But we actually have a bowl of fruit. We actually have like some things out there. There's a anchor in emboldened I keep forgetting, engraved cutting board. We've got some baking soda. There's like a muscle milk thing out and then like a bluey juice thing. So I'm assuming like the parents here are like grandparent mode ready. They've got the bluey apple juice. Prince is just climbing the chair behind me. You can see him right there. I'll leave the chair so you guys can still get Prince tax. There's eggs out. Some of you guys might be like, oh no, not the eggs being out. But if she gets them like fresh from the farm and they haven't been washed yet, that's actually how most people across the globe keep their eggs. Is you can keep eggs just in a cabinet just out and about as long as you don't wash them. It's once you wash them that they have to be refrigerated. Fun fact. So if she gets these straight from the farm itself, she's fine. We've got another half drank apple juice. So like it seems like people are just living around here. Then we have the dog bowl, water bowl on top of a mat. So if I had to guess, I mean, the water level's pretty low here, so she was probably just like in the middle of refilling the dog's water, and I imagine the dog's water stays on this mat so that it doesn't spill everywhere. Now, we do have a bag of trash that's on the counter. That is kind of unsightly, I will say, but probably temporary if I had to guess. And then we go over to the sink, and oh, God forbid there's plants. Clearly, her parents love plants. Mind you, the dish gloves are neatly folded next to the sink. Outside, and like the backyard looks great. She loves her foliage. And then, like, along the windowsill, there's just a bunch of those kind of like sun dancer type ornaments. Now, they might be a bit out of season. Some of these look Christmas themed, some look Halloween themed. I see a Frankenstein with some elves and a snowman. So if you're like a stickler for staying in season, this might grind your gears a bit. And there's two different kinds of soap. I guess that's a heinous crime here, but you know, better more soap than not. And then it looked like yeah, I guess there's dishes in the sink. Sue the lady. I guess. We don't even know if she has a working dishwasher. I can see that they have a dishwasher. I can't see one here. We've had a broken dishwasher for like a year and a half now. So yeah, we tend to have dishes either in the sink or drying above the sink because we've been hand washing queens. All right. But like, what are you trying to show me here that's so heinous? Now, if the trash being like out and about like that is a regular thing, like if they regularly just leave trash on the counter, yeah, that would stress me out. But I don't know that it would stress me out more than living in like a doctor's office kitchen. That would be a bit too much for me. Like, this one, the mom's house with all the plants and the little kitschiness and like just, you know, the fact that kids exist in the area is a lot more just what I'm used to. Especially if there's little kids around. I don't understand how anyone has time to micromanage every little piece of the house. And like, it to a degree, how much do you really want to bother, right? With kids that age who are still drinking out of the little bluey apple juices, you clean up one mess, they're gonna be making another one at the exact moment you clean up that mess. So it doesn't mean like why bother cleaning anything, but it does kind of explain why some tasks have been abandoned midway through, right? I'm sure we've all been there where it's like, okay, so you've spilled Cheerios all over the floor. Let's start sweeping those. But then as you start doing that, kid like clobbers their head into a side table. Now they need a Band-Aid and like, okay, we're going to leave the Cheerios on the floor so that we can go get the Band-Aid. But then like while you left that, the dog came running through and spread the Cheerios in 5 different directions. Like this is life. I will never understand the kinds of people who design their homes in a way that is almost specifically to make people think that no one lives there. Like, between TJ, my husband, and I would say that we're both type B, but I'm like type B plus, and he is like type B minus, if that makes sense. So he's definitely the more likely to end up with like doom piles and clutter here and there and like unattended, unmanaged projects. Whereas I am definitely the cleaner, more tidy person, but I'm not type A. And sometimes I'll get annoyed by that difference. Sometimes there will be things that TJ does where I'm like, I just wish you could be a little bit more tidy or a little bit more detail oriented. But at one point in our marriage, it had to have been like year 2 or 3, I finally had this epiphany where I was like, okay, Lauren, would you rather this where you're the clean one and like you're the one kind of assigning tasks or asking for course corrections? Or would you rather be the one who has a type A ass husband who's like, really, Lauren, you're just gonna leave it like this? Or like, wow, Lauren, like you're really leaving a lot of messes around the house. I would not be able to deal. I truly think that I would crash out if I dated someone like that. And I would love to know how many women end up finding themselves in that position because I've heard from a few. I've heard from a few type B or even type C women who end up marrying type A men, and they are stressed, y'all. Like they are not doing okay. They are frustrated, they are irritated, but a lot of them, they either don't want to talk about it because like most women aren't like really keen on like these are the things that I do wrong and need improvement on. I mean, who really is? But I think a lot of them just kind of laugh it off. They're like, hee hee, this is just like this quirky thing that I have and it just annoys my man. But like, no one really takes it seriously. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just not as common. But you know that anyone living in this home or visiting this home is dealing with the fucking Gestapo, dude. Like, they are just probably having to wear shock collars, like Hassan's dog, as they walk around the house. Like, they try to leave a sink cup by the sink, and it's just like, zzz. They try to leave, like, a wrapper and empty package out. Zzz. They fill the garbage can without taking it out. You know what I mean? Like, that's gotta be the most miserable environment of all time. What tell me, what kind of environment did y'all grow up in, chat? Like, is this your house? Are you the type A house, the type B house? Like, have you ever had to live with someone who is type A? Is it more or less stressful than a messy, cluttered house? There's got to be some in between. Me personally, though, I feel like the one that she showed, the second one that was like, how dare anybody live like this, is a pretty normal house. Like, would not consider this even close to like hoarder level or like even being problematic. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Hold on, I see that I missed a super chat from Hammers. Oh, a couple of you actually. ZoMG says, also Lacey got a job. Oh my god, that's so funny that I accidentally said lazy and we're talking about unemployment. Lacey got a job. Huzzah. Sorry for delaying the content, everyone. Dude, congrats. Okay, the job market is not the most fun right now when all that's being offered is like real estate or MLMs or a work from home opportunity that's totally not a scam. Yeah, dude, actually congrats though. Snake says, period and comma can scroll frame by frame, FYI, I think something like that. Are you for real? Let me try this out. Maybe it's... Okay, it's not working for me, but I tried. Thanks, Snake. It might be with like another app, maybe Instagram or Facebook or something. Hammer says, I was going to comment, but literally none of my furniture matches because most of it was free, so I may not care enough about looks to pitch in. That's another thing, too, is I'm always, like, shocked by people who have, like, perfectly coordinated furniture. It's such a sign of luxury and wealth to me because I'm so there with you. Almost all of the furniture that TJ and I have gotten has been, like, hand-me-downs, or we found it on the side of the road and fixed it up, or thrifted, like... We have become fans of Bob's Furniture. They seem to be pretty affordable, I will say. Like, we got a small round dining table with 4 chairs for like under 200, and I was like, oh, incredible. So like, yeah, I get excited about that kind of stuff, but like when all of your furniture is like all black or all brown, I'm like, how did you even wing this? Like what in the Nepo baby? How did you have this happen? Zomchi says the prince is falling. He's not falling. He's good. Right now he's sitting on the arm thing and he's just holding my hand. I put my hand out so that there would be no risk. The prince says the prince has fallen. No, he's just sitting here on my hand. We're just holding hands right now. Hold on, actually, let me pull up the pet cam and I'll prove it. Why did I hide the animal cam from myself? I need to move this up in the order here. Okay. There. You can see the prince. He is just sitting here. He's all good. No dragons died in the making of this live stream. Doom says, I lived something between, but in something in between, but my mom's friend was a mess. And even as a kid, I thought, how does it get like this? Yeah, I feel like I've definitely experienced messy houses. You're gonna have to show me something legitimately like hoarder PTSD for me to understand the sad beige thing. Because, you know, like that's something that actually I think I might be able to get behind. Is one time in a live stream I discussed the Reddit that was like r slash pet free. And it wasn't just a Reddit about people who just don't really want to live with animals. It's a Reddit about people who like hate the concept of pets. They do not want to live in a world where pets exist. They don't like that people even take their dogs on walks or that they even have to deal with animals in the general public at all. And I like really studied the subreddit for a long time because I was like, how do people get this way? This is so unreasonable. But when you really dig deep, you start to find out that most of these people grew up in really traumatic households that was like very pet related. So their parents would like either hoard animals or constantly get animals that they didn't actually take care of. They would just be like, well, I'm getting this animal and now you have to clean up all of its poop and you have to feed it. And the kid is just like, well, what the hell? Like, I didn't even agree to any of this. How is this all falling on me? Or they would get so many animals that the animals would constantly like destroy the kids' stuff. And like that kind of thing will really put a bad taste in your mouth. So if someone is like to this point of everything has to be like super, super clean, like hypochondriac level, then it would kind of make sense to me if it was because they came from a place that was so unmanaged, so unorganized, so filthy, like mold and bacteria everywhere. I guess I could kind of understand that like radical turn, but this one is just so wild to me because you see this and it's compared to what? Compared to the way that like 90% of Americans are living. Like most people around the world live like this. And like all those plants look healthy, by the way. What? It feels like she's just against small plants. And I don't understand. Now, there's also the thing that we need to discuss, which is like, bro, you're mom shaming right now. We talk a lot about how partner shaming is a problem. Partner shaming being filming or recording something embarrassing or wrong that your partner has done to post them online to humiliate them and shame them. We don't really talk a lot about parent shaming because I don't see too much of it. And I feel like this is something that could either be fair or not fair because one of the things I typically say is I'm fine with X shaming as long as whatever you've captured is legal to share, as long as you genuinely are never going back to the person. If you're like filming, you know, something like your ex beating you and you post it online and you're like, can you believe I was with this guy? Like, yeah, it's fine to X shame, I think. That's perfectly fine. But like parent shaming is pretty dangerous territory because you better be done with your parents. Like, you better be estranged. Otherwise, I don't think your mom is going to very much appreciate you coming online and showing off her very normal lived-in kitchen just to be like, can you believe this hellhole that my mother or my father is living in? Like, dude, if my kids came online and showed like a space of mine that has a little bit of like clutter or character and maybe like a bag of temporary trash nearby and was like, can you believe I grew up like this? I would be like, dude, are you serious right now? Like, I don't even know how I would respond because I'm just like, I can't believe that they would even do this. The caption reads, love my mom, but one thing about her is she is going to have a cluttered space. Crying emoji, crying emoji. Breaking the cycle. Hoarder. Parents, grandparents, childhood. Okay, that's so extra. That is not a hoarder space. Dude, hell no. There's such a difference between clutter and, sorry, there's like a pantry moth. And I don't know if it's safe for Prince to eat it, but I know he will if it's in close proximity. No, clutter is not hoarding. There's a Venn diagram where clutter can turn into hoarding, but like, why'd you have to do your mom like that? That is not hoarding. I feel like any one of these people who comes online to shame a relative who did nothing wrong to you outside of have some dancing figurines next to their plants in a kitchen, I feel like they should be forced to work a day shift as an actual hoarding situation cleaner. I feel like she should have to go on one of those shows of actual real hoarders so that she can realize how absolutely normal and functional her mom actually is. You know, sorry, I got distracted by Prince was like going down my shirt for a second. I'm like, oh, dang, okay. Just burrow away in there. 1/8 Warforged says, if I had to live with Petunia Dursley, I'd be in an orange jumpsuit. Love the content, by the way. First time in chat for me. Dursley from the Harry Potter series, right? I feel like they had a pretty normal home as well. I'm gonna Google Dursley home and see if anything comes up. Let's see. As here's like a reenactment. I feel like they lived in a pretty standard house. Let me do inside. Sorry, I'm typing with one hand because Prince is on my other one. Yeah, bro, what are you talking about? The Dursley house is like average AF. Did you mean to reference like a different house? I'm confused, bro. Anyway, I want to read some of the comments on here too. I want to see if they're on her side or what the deal is. Okay. I'm gonna duplicate this window and make a whole new one just for Instagram comments. We're gonna open that up right here. Oh, wow, okay. Go ahead and lick me all you want, Prince. All right. Let's see what some of these say. I don't think anyone understands what living in a cluttered house does to you. This is so dramatic. What is like the trauma of like that home? I mean, maybe she just didn't catch like the craziest cluttered area, but like I feel like this is a personal issue. I feel like this is someone's inability to deal with average circumstances. Finally, a normal person. Oh no, she has 2 soaps and some potted plants. I cannot stand a cluttered kitchen. Nothing on the counter. Now, here's another thing too is why does it matter if it's not your kitchen? Like, yeah, I have certain rules and preferences for my house as well. Like, you definitely need to have at least like some clear counters in your kitchen for food prep and getting things ready. I prefer our dining table be mostly cleared so that when it's time for dinner, it's not like we have to unload an entire garage of stuff to be able to sit down and eat as a family for sure. But like when I go to other people's houses, I'm not like, ew, why do you have all these decorations? Why do you have so much stuff by your kitchen sink? Because it's like, unless I'm there to cook or, maintain the house, why does it matter to me? Like, as long as there's a place for me to sit, as long as it's not like covered in dust and cobwebs, like, why do they care? Doom says the Dursleys in the books are described as not having a single speck of dirt or spider webs. Okay. I mean, okay, here's the thing is like, yeah, your house shouldn't be dirty. There's a huge difference, though, between clutter and dirt. And I think it's fine to have a clean house. I also think it's fine to have a house with some clutter. Oop. Another person says there's nothing wrong with mom's kitchen. I kind of want to see if I can like get a gauge based on the likes. So far the ones that are saying like no one understands what a cluttered house does to you. I can't stand a cluttered kitchen. So far they're getting like tens of thousands of likes. Like those are the ones winning out. Oh God. So like people who live their lives based off of completely aesthetic and superficial standards apparently run the world, and that's a terrifying thought, I fear. How dare she use her home? Dude, yes, like these I feel like these are the takes, like the normal takes, and they're barely getting engagement at all compared to the other ones. I just see whimsy and lived in. I grew up in the opposite type of house. That can also be toxic to feel like you can never make a mess. Agree. I understand you, girl. The people who get it, get it. She says, but oh, and I'm in the you may like thing. Sorry, I got distracted by a rogue lizard. Oh, okay. We're back on track. I guarantee you, you have at least double the cabinet space. How can you possibly guarantee that, though? Like, how could you possibly know? Because she has to have stuff. You can't just not have groceries. So what, like, do the pantries have to be barren too? Like, you have to be minimalist with even, like, your soup cans? Like, come on, this is crazy. Shiny says these people would die if they saw my kitchen. Oh yeah, they would absolutely be crashing out with my kitchen because all the artwork in my kitchen is just framed things that my kids drew. Absolutely no like uh what's the word I'm looking for? Composition, no matching, no coordination. The walls are red. Like we wanted a loud kitchen. Oh yeah, dude, they would hate it. And we tend to organize our house based on like functionality. Like, where should we put things in ways that we use it the most? Not necessarily like how Instagrammable is this going to be? Because I don't care. I just don't care that much. I would rather be happy than make other people on strangers online who I don't know happy by having a clean aesthetic. So OMG says if there's clutter or dust somewhere, it's because we did something more fun than cleaning. A decent quote to live by. Yeah, there was one thing that my kid's great grandmother used to say. Gigi, rest in peace. We literally just lost her a few months ago. She lived to be 90. This is my father-in-law's mom. One of the most amazing matriarchs and women I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. Like, I absolutely adored that woman. My kids adored that woman. And she used to say that if she had one regret about raising her kids, it was that she spent so much time cleaning. That's just that there were so many other things she could have done. And, some like pretty tragic history about my husband's side of the family and that side of the family is that my, you know, grandmother-in-law, Gigi, she lost one of her sons very young. He was still a teenager, I believe, when he passed away, and it was an incredible tragedy for all of the brothers, and one that like no one's ever really healed or recovered from, one that really changed the dynamic of the whole family. And one of the reasons that that side of the family is so close as they are, because it, just kind of sent home the fact that like we don't really know how long we have each other and like what's actually important. And it was especially after losing him, Gigi was just kind of like, I like having a pretty house. I like pretty things. I like, the pretty aesthetic. But at the same time, like, as long as you boys are coming back home through that door, I don't care if you're dragging mud behind you, as long as you come back home through that door, you know? And I feel like, thank God in a way that these people haven't had such a humbling experience, but it's all about perspective. And in a lot of ways, I am glad that I have, seen as much tragedy as I have, be it in person or peripherally, because these things have just given me a different grasp on how I process life. And like my kids' childhoods have just like flown by already. Like it feels like just yesterday that I had met Dadvocate at the age of 5, and now I'm watching him walk across the stage to get his diploma. And we've done so much together. And especially, you guys know that I'm a stepmom, so the time that I've had with him has already been so limited. And that's another thing that's kind of really made me appreciate the childhood that I do have with both him and my own biological daughter, is I know that there's a lot of people who get way less time with their kids than me, either because of custodial arrangements or, whatever circumstances. And so it's like, yeah, is it important to maintain your house? Absolutely. Is it important to teach your kids to take care of the house? Absolutely. But like, there's just more important things in life than making sure that everything is just spectacularly type A. And does this woman have her dream of not a speck of dirt, not a single thing on the countertops, like completely clear? She can freaking get on there like Coyote Ugly and do a whole dance if she wants to. Yeah, absolutely. But like, I guarantee you that this mom, the one with the horrible clutter and how dare she, is way more in tune with life. I feel like if there was a way to actually measure these people's happiness, there is no way that white beige mom is happier. Especially because if you really were happy, if she was genuinely satisfied in her environment, why would she even feel the need to put down other people's and put other people on blast? Like, you know what I mean? Why does it now need to be a comparative thing if you already got your dream? Like, what's it to you that she's even living this way? I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe, maybe they're both equally as happy. Maybe the white and beige woman is the happier one. I can tell you who's more relaxed, though. Who's more chill. All right, I can definitely tell you that, though. Let me catch up on some of y'all's chats here. Doctor says there was a post on Facebook about someone getting crushed by a fridge. Yeah, I can talk about this because I wasn't going to actually put the names of anybody in the post, or else the algorithm would like boost it and give her even more attention. But there is this comedian named Laura Cleary who I started following because there was this huge drama with her ex, Stephen Hilton, I believe his name is, because he was like going off the rocker in like a drug addiction spiral. It was kind of entertaining, but mostly depressing. And like she used to be funny, but now she's really just like started turning absolutely everything into a clout chase. Like starting with her divorce. Now there was some incident where like I guess a fridge fell on her, but it's been so cringy because she's been like live streaming from like the ambulance and doing all these like posed performative photos in the hospital. And she's literally fine. Like no broken bones, no injuries, but she she had to pose and like a temporary neck brace and put it all behind a paywall on Patreon. So that's the TLDR on that. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so annoying. Like, I know that I'm a content creator as a full-time job, but if I ever get that bad, please, one of you like virtually slap me. Like, please put me in my place. It's so, I just can't stand it. Zomg says, I'm sorry, but this grandmother's name really GG equals good game. It stands for great grandma. Dylan is the one, Sunvicate is the one who first started doing it, and then it just stuck, and then all of the grands started calling her that. The Sax Man, thank you for the 5, says, I will not let a woman sad beige my home. For me, a sterile environment is not comfortable. Wouldn't feel like a home to me. And this is something, too, that I feel like you have to talk to your partner about before you move in, especially if you're a man, because it is just a tale as old as time that when a man moves in with a woman, you do not get to decorate anymore. You will be isolated to either the garage or the basement, and that is the only place that you get to express yourself in any way. I can't fully explain why this dynamic is almost a universal phenomenon. I think it's mostly because, as I've said before, women and men are conditioned socially differently. Like, men are conditioned to be stoic, make money, provide. And women are conditioned to, like, yeah, now you have to do those things too, but you have to make everything pretty. Like, as a woman, we are conditioned of, like, everything you do it while making it look pretty. Like, that's the female agenda. So because of that, the way we're raised is like our home is a direct reflection of ourselves. Like, our home is our reputation almost. It is our resume. So when people come over and they see a messy home, like, we are the first ones blamed for it, which is kind of bullshit. Like, it does irritate me that, like, if TJ leaves a mess, like, people, and this has happened before, mind you, we don't invite those people over, but like there have been times where like TJ has left a mess and then a person comes over and they're now talking crap about me. I don't know how to maintain a home. That's my husband's. Like, I'm sorry. I can't force an ADHD man to have 0 unfinished projects around the house. But, fine. Just don't come over anymore. You know what I mean? So, like, that is a thing. But it's something I really feel like it's our job as women to unlearn that behavior, just like it's men's responsibility to unlearn what they've been conditioned to believe about themselves, which is like, you're not allowed to express yourself, you're not allowed to talk about your feelings, all you're good for is making money. Like, we know now that those types of things can be really toxic, but it's just like the female culture, the womanosphere, if you will, is in complete denial that some of the things that we've been conditioned to are toxic. Like, there can be toxic femininity, and this is an example of toxic femininity. This concept that, like, oh, your house has to be perfectly white and beige and spotless if you want to be taken seriously as a woman. Like, you're like, this is women shaming women just for existing outside of a stereotypical 50s housewife concept, like, bubble. It's not men posting these things and being like, ew, can you believe my mom lives this way? And it's just like 2 soaps and some plants. Like, the men do not care about these things as much as women do. Like, just like men are the main perpetrators of putting down men when for certain things, like the money thing, Oftentimes they're the main perpetrators of how dare you express yourself in a whimsical or eccentric fashion. You're supposed to just be tough and hard all the time. Like, men can be the main perpetrators of that. Women are often the main perpetrators of, like, no, you have to be aesthetic and superficial at all times. Like, I don't hear men telling women, like, you need to get Botox, you need to get your hair done, you need to get your nails done. But you know who I do hear saying this all the time? Women. Oh, women. Like, this is a sickness. We must acknowledge it. We must course correct. Galaxy Slayer says, these types of people don't know how to... Are you good? Sorry, Prince just started shaking his booty at me, and I was like, what in the heck? Anyway, Galaxy Slayer says, these types of people don't know how to make stuff clean without it being clinically clean. If I lived in a house like that, I would definitely go insane. Yeah, because I feel like I would be way more stressed feeling like anything I do, I have to immediately clean up after myself, then, like, okay, this is a person who will let me be comfortable. Like, it's not gonna feel like a 5-star, recently cleaned hotel with housekeeping coming every day, but, like, I can breathe here. I can put my feet up here. Snake says it's a house, not a hospital. It doesn't have to be dome sterile 100% of the time. I can't. I really cannot. Shiny says, my boyfriend and I have talked about this before. He wants brightly colored walls and I want wooden cabinets. Women own the house is why man caves exist. Dude, it's crazy. Like, men should be seen and not heard. Look at this guy. Oh, man. Yeah, the comments are completely divided, but I will say this. As I scroll through here, the people agreeing, Emily, Tennessee gal. I can just tell from the profile pic that's a woman. Angela, Abby. This is all women who are offended by the clutter. I don't see any men in here who are like, yes, this is disgusting. Hey, look, we have some TJ tax. Are you on your lunch?
Lunch. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Chat.
TJ tax. Follow OTL Rook on YouTube, but mind you, when you type in OTL Rook, it will try to redirect you to Outlook, so you have to click the button that's like, no, I really meant OTL Rook, and then they'll send you there.
That's fine.
MH Bone says, my ex believed in a hyper minimalist lifestyle, virtually no decorations, everything as neutral as possible, and it was honestly draining just to be at the apartment. Yeah, babe, we're discussing. I feel like I talked about this one with you before I showed it to them. But TJ's already lost
the color that they insist is millennial gray, but I've never... First of all, it's funny that you think millennials own houses in the first place. But it's like they call it millennial gray, but it's like, it's boomers and Gen X choosing to paint it this style, baby. It's like, we have had zero say in them painting this. When we get our hands on our houses, we are painting them wacky-ass colors. Like, what is this?
Okay.
This is, oh my god, I vomit. I vomit.
Man, I thought we were about to move on, but no. Okay, so this is a woman saying that she has to keep her kitchen like this because she grew up with her mom's house looking like this.
So because the house was a little messy, she needs it to be, like, in the most extreme clean?
Yes. Also, I don't know, man. This doesn't really strike me as, like...
It's not even messy.
Okay, I will say the garbage bag... This is, like, my only complaint is the garbage bag on the counter.
Right. Is this, like, a red flag she has or something, or what?
She said that, like, this is just
how she wants it to be.
This is how she's like. This is how she
thinks
grew
it's
up.
unacceptable that her mother lives
So
this
she's
way.
so traumatized by that she demands her house be kept more clean.
3 days after she has kids. 3 days after she has kids, changes her mind.
Well, and here's my thing: is I'm assuming she does have kids because when we look at this house, we see the bluey apple juice. We see another like half drank apple juice. Like I'm sorry, but like grown adults are not
Wait,
drinking
is this
the bluey
her-
apple juice. This is
is
her
this-
mom's house, or
Oh.
a mom and
That's
or
the messy
dad's.
one, though, isn't
Sorry,
it?
I keep assuming that it's the mom who keeps.
Yeah,
all
I mean,
those
for all I
plants.
know, she's just stitching this from a random person. Like, is it the same house
Is
that we're
that the same
seeing?
house?
She said, "This is the house I grew up with." Sorry, I know it's like small text, but
Okay.
that's what it says. So this is her parents' house. Now, maybe she's the aunt and it's like her sister or brother who has little kids. But like I don't, and that's the reason there's the stuff here, but like come on, these are clearly busy grandparents who have the grandkids over.
Yeah, I guess
They're
I
living
don't
their
totally
lives.
understand what she's. Either you stitched a different person's house, or this is like your house when it's messy, or if it's your parents' house.
It's her parents' house.
Yeah, then like what? Then who? Like, I don't know. This seems like a very harsh
Overkill.
overcorrection. Yeah, this seems like a. Okay, it's like okay, now we're gonna just. It's like when Siri is like, okay, now make a gentle right, and you just like hard turn.
This sends you completely off into a ditch.
I know.
Now,
Yes, that
now
turns
mind
in-
you, in her caption, she calls her mom for this a hoarder.
All right,
Hashtag hoarder.
Maybe there's something we're not
Perspective,
seeing,
dude.
but I don't think she brought her best for evidence. If that's
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, maybe this is like just all she was able to get while she was at her mom's house, but I just simply see a woman who likes whimsy and plants.
mm-hmm.
The only thing is like the trash bag, and that's it.
Yeah, and I was saying like if the grandkids are
Even
over,
then.
and here's another reason that I think they're her kids is because she's over and there's like already all these half drank apple juices.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the kids are just running around.
Yeah.
And so she's busy. She's like, I will get the trash out later. I will refill this dog's water later. And now maybe she's over and like I said, it's her sister or her brother's kids, not her own. But there are women too who are that type A while raising kids. Like I don't know if you were here for the one live stream of the husband and the dad who like he's got like this series and it's like things my wife insists on that I don't understand, and like she had a ball pit that was literally beige themed.
Ew.
A child's ball pit that was beige.
Teenage years are gonna be rough for this mom.
And
No,
his
they're gonna be
caption was
rough
like,
for this
Ronald
mom.
McDonald would have a fit.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
So, like, there are people who raise kids in those environments. And that was actually one of the comments in the comment section was someone was like, I grew up in a house that was the first one. And, like, that can be just as stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not grow up in quite a type A home. It would be like temporarily type A though. Like if my mom was like on one of her rage cleans, then you best believe everybody was participating.
This is true.
But yeah, we got the boys into house now.
There's a third one. You just can't see him.
Oh, there's actually
Oh, Miles
four,
is
yeah.
in here.
Miles is in here. Parker is in
All
here.
five
Come on, buddies.
Can I give you the prince to return?
Oh,
I think he's about.
I didn't even realize he was there.
Yeah.
Come on, boys.
I thank
Come on,
you.
boys.
You want to play some gotcha?
No, you're gonna put him back in his thing.
I love Shiny says pick two: clean house, happy kids, or your sanity.
All right, I love you.
I love you.
I'm back.
I hope you have a great day at work.
Thank you.
Well, all right. No, Sunvik is awake. So if you absolutely need his opinion on something, let me know and I shall call him in. Man, now I want a bluey juice box. Hoarder my ass, dude. That one's wild. All right, I gotta put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I know whenever I leave it vibrating next to the microphone, you guys are like, whoa, who's calling me? It's just me, chat. MH Bone says, did people forget that colors help with child development? Apparently. Didn't even think about that one, apparently. Hello from None of It, Canada? You're having none of it, huh? I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. That's a great city name. All right. On to the next one. A bit more wild. All right. So sometimes I think that content creators are a bit too chronically online, you know, kind of like the Laura Cleary fridge situation. It's just sometimes I think content creators document and upload too much of their lives. Like, why do we even need to be here? I feel like you're making people uncomfortable by constantly filming everything. Sometimes I feel that way. Other times I'm like, thank God that you have the audacity to just be constantly recording everything, because what you have provided to us is pure gold. And that is what we are about to watch, because this couple has decided to record themselves meeting their friend's side chick. What could go wrong? Gotta pause right away in order to get the audio on. Here we go. Doom for Zombie says, for reference, my kitchen is in the Discord. All right, let's do a kitchen comparison later.
With us to meet.
Oh, right. Instagram does that weird thing where you have to hit sound after you hit play.
Your friends.
Oh, it's just that my audio is not turned on. You guys can hear it. I cannot, because I have plugged in something else. Okay. Specifically my SD card to get my Switch pictures off of to the best of my ability. Okay, let's try that again. Sorry, that was a user error.
With us to meet our friend's side chick.
Crazy bitch. Quick recap if you're new here. We told our friend that her boyfriend has a side chick and her response was,
"You're lying. There's really not anything I'm going to do with this information. I'm fucking leaving."
we then contacted the supposed side chick to get her side of the story, and she said,
yeah, we've been together for like 6 months.
we then asked the side chick to come over to meet our friend to get some more clarification.
Yeah, I'll come.
Now that you're all caught up, both girls are on their way, and my wife isn't here, so I have to do this alone.
Hello. I'm only staying for like a few minutes.
No, that's fine. Much more than that, so. But thanks for...
No fucking way. Are you really serious? You're the bitch from the gym.
You know each other.
Yeah. She's not from the gym that he goes to. Well, maybe if you went to the gym more, then he would want to hang out with you more.
All right, let's...
Whew, okay, this is already starting off spicy. First of all, we only have one moderator. We were supposed to have, like, the couple dynamic moderating, which I think would have been better in a way. You know what I mean? Like, we got 2 dudes and 2 chicks who are mad at each other. But you know what? I guess if Jerry and Maury can handle it, this guy can as well. Second of all, as soon as they see each other, it is like practically on site because they recognize each other. And I guess we'll call her the main hoe, and this one's like the side piece. Like, she's wifey, she's mistress, I guess. Whoever's clocked more hours on this save file, I suppose. She calls her the thought from the gym. Hold up. Pause. Unless you know that the other girl knows about your relationship, I feel like you don't have the right to immediately get aggressive toward her. You know what I mean? Because there's only one person here who definitely knows about both girls. And it's the man, you know? So, like, unless she knows that this girl has seen them together at the gym and she should know better, I feel like starting off with, like, thought from the gym is a little bit rough. But if this girl didn't know, okay, then okay. But it sounds like neither of them knew about each other. Let's find out.
Let's sit down and, like, talk about this. How long have you been with...
Together for 2 years. Happiest 2 years of my life. Yeah, your life. Miserable bitch. That's why I've been having like the best past like 6 months of my life. Oh, 6 months.
You don't believe that he has a side chick, but she's sitting here. Do you believe now?
She's AI. She's trying to get clout.
Okay, wait, pause. Okay, now first of all, it is kind of crazy that the side chick, like, if she did not know about this main girl, she is trolling. She is trolling now. So it's like, even if they didn't know about each other before, the fact that you now know that I'm getting cheated on and you're still trolling me is diabolical. Like, now I do hate you, because why are you not being sympathetic to my pain right now? But at the same time, if I start off calling you a thought, how can I expect you to be sympathetic to my pain and not also retaliatory? So I don't know. Who do you think started off in the wrong here? Hard to say. But also, did you just call this chick AI? Like, I've heard of AI psychosis, which is where, you know, you're being fed so much self-fulfilling prophecy by your AI chatbot that you start to get a little delulu. That's a thing. But what is the version of AI psychosis where you genuinely believe that the real life experience that you can experience with all 5 of your senses is AI? Like, I feel like that's the most amount of denial a person can get to. Cypher Troll says, I gifted members yesterday and was wondering if you can actually see it. Oh, no. I don't know if it shows up if we're not currently live, Cypher Troll. I'm so sorry. But maybe it does show up. It might show up in, like, my Earn tab in YouTube Studio. I'm not sure. Anyway. Man, we just gotta look at this dude's hairy legs and dogs. At least everyone's got socks on.
We're out in Punta Cana, so. Okay.
Whoa, this just said showing pics in Punta Cana with the boyfriend. Okay, I don't want to victim blame people who get cheated on, but sometimes when you start to find out like crazy details, like these people are spending multiple nights together, going on vacations together, like going out to all of these public places, like how did you really not know? Like how did you have zero idea? Like, I'm not saying you have to audit every piece of where your partner is going, but like, you're telling me your man went to Punta Cana with another woman and like there were no clues, not a single sign. These have just been the happiest months of your life. Like nothing, no idea. Like, dude is either the master of hiding information or she is like the most uninvolved, like easy to fool woman on the planet. Okay, hold up. What are y'all saying? I don't want to fall too far behind. Cypher Troll says, secondly, I would like to know if Sunvicate plays Space Dwarf, Deep Rock Galactic. I have not heard him talk about it, but hard maybe. I'll ask him. Snake says, look at this dude, she says. Yeah, that's crazy. You got chat to make those. Okay, yeah, she is in her own version of AI psychosis where like instead of her believing that she is right about everything because of AI, it's she believes that everything she doesn't want to see is AI. Is like that version of AI psychosis.
You got chat to make those? And I would go that deep to do this? Yeah, actually.
Why would she make an AI picture about
Because
this?
she wants clout. Because
How would she possibly get clout? Like, she didn't even have... Like, she had no idea these people were about to call her to make content. Not to mention, like, she doesn't even have any identifying information besides just being labeled as side chick. I don't even know where I could follow her if I wanted to. You know what I mean? But, like, holy crap, this is the easiest woman to cheat on. Like, women like this who are so male-centered that they immediately think that every other woman in the world is the problem when their man is clearly the one misbehaving, are the easiest to cheat on women. To the point where, like, even if the man was never considering cheating, now he is, because he knows for a fact that she's so easy that he can get away with anything. Like, do not be this woman. Any like male version of this, do not be that, okay?
I need him for that. He doesn't even know who you are! That's why he's in my bed every weekend. We want to get married. We want to move to a house.
He said he wanted to start a family or whatever with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Literally talked about it while we were in how to help. Can I go home?
You can go home until you understand that Kyle is cheating on you.
Understand, I won't.
That name bleep was not very helpful. He like bleeped out the first letter and then they go, you don't get to go home until you accept that Isle is cheating on you. What name ends with Isle? Golly, this one's gonna be really tough to figure out. I sure hope that whoever's name ends in Isle. Now, to be fair, there was that new movie that came out. What was it? The one that's got the whole legal issue behind it with Justin Baldoni and Ryan Reynolds' wife, where they're all like suing each other. The main character's name was like Ryle, and I was like, this is such a book talk name. But no, Kyle definitely be cheating. Classic Kyle.
Believe it, I never will. In fact, he's waiting for me at home. We're cooking dinner tonight together. What are you having?
You guys shouldn't be fighting each other.
Make up stories, say what you want. You're the one that's making up stories, not me. I'm not making up stories. Yes, you are. I gotta go home. No. That's it. I'm home alone. Go home alone.
Guys.
Enough. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go. I have actually things to do, and one of those things, including him. Thanks so much.
You need help getting...
No, I am good. Thank you so much. Don't let the door hit you on my outfit! Crazy bitch. You know absolutely nothing. No, I'm leaving. And guess what? Your life is ruined now.
What help you?
I'm gonna get everyone in our friend group to turn against you.
You're in denial. I'm trying to help you.
You don't even know what's coming for you.
You don't, what's coming for me?
You don't even know. You don't even know.
I'm on the side chick's side, actually. I didn't think that I would be going into it. I thought to myself, you know, she's a little aggressive with that, like maybe if you were in the gym more, he would want to spend more time with you line. I thought that was a little cold-blooded, but you know what? I feel like that other chick has got to learn somehow. Like, I feel like she needs a good troll-in. She needs a good little wake-up call because, like, the neurons are not firing correctly. Like, there must be some kind of, like, brain damage where logic and reasoning are supposed to happen because, like, this is a level of denial and delusion that, like, is a sickness. Like, she is not well. This woman is literally showing her pictures of her and her man in Punta Cana together, and she's like, no, you made that up with AI. Like, every weekend, you're not even going to start to question it. So she's like, you know, my man is not cheating on me. You're making this up for attention. And then she turns on the guy. Them, who are trying to get her to realize, like, hey, and they probably knew they had to do this. They're like, oh, we need to have, like, a, God, what's it called when everybody is, like, surrounding them at the table to, like, it's a, not an interception, not an intermission. It's oh God, chat, help me out. What is the word that I'm looking for? Where they needed to have a intervention. They knew that there needed to be an intervention because they knew that simply saying like, hey, you need to know that like Kyle is cheating on you. They knew she wouldn't just believe it. They knew she would just blindly have his back. So they literally staged this entire intervention to like get her to see the reality. And now she's turning on them. Now she's like, well, now I'm going to ruin your life. Like, no good deed goes unpunished, apparently. You try to tell your friend she's getting cheated on, and now she's going to try to ruin your life. You know, and the craziest part is that there was probably just a bunch of projection because now she's probably going to go use AI to make up fake material on all of them. If I had to guess what's coming next for this friend group, it's that. It's going to get, it's about to get pretty bad. But you know what, dude? Like, at this point, if you're dealing with a person like this who just simply does not want to believe they're being cheated on, is in complete denial, they're starting to turn on you for even bringing it up, you just gotta let it happen. You just have to let it happen. And this is why you see so many people who are like, why don't people tell you when they know that someone's cheating on you? Because there's so many negative things that can happen when you get involved in someone else's affair. Like, I've said this in the past. I was unwittingly and unknowingly, the side chick didn't get very far, but I made out with someone's boyfriend way back in the day. And as soon as I found out, I told her, and guess what happened? I got screamed at, I got yelled at, I got kicked out of a friend group for starting drama. So it's like, at that point, thank God I had never been put in the position of like being with someone else's man, you know? But like, if I ever was again, I don't know if I would tell. I don't know if I would at that point, because I've just seen so many people go down, be the one blamed for getting involved and starting drama because they tried to warn someone, hey, you're getting screwed over. And yet, for some reason, this is like one of the most punished good deeds of all time. Is, I would say, probably the majority of people who try to warn someone that they're being cheated on end up getting slapped in the face metaphorically for it. Like, I feel like they're the ones who get the most consequences. Like, cheaters do not even get the most consequences. It's either the people they cheat with or the people who caught them cheating who get the most consequences. So you really just have to let people get cheated on sometimes. You just have to sit back and be like, yep, we all know she's getting cheated on. You just gotta you have to let it play out, because she's not gonna listen to anybody. Honestly. And I don't care how like cold-hearted that sounds. I've just seen it happen so many times. And men can be like this too, where men are like, no, just like, come on, no, man, like, and if she did, it was just like a one-time thing, and like, I can't do any better than her anyway, so like, just let it go, dude. And you just have to be like, okay, and just let your bro get cheated on, because some people just live to be doormats, and you cannot put a backbone on them. Like, if they won't sack up themselves, there's nothing you can do. You just have to let it play out. You just have to let them end up becoming a stepmom while married. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can do. You just gotta kind of have to let it go. What are y'all saying in the chat? Snake says she's in denial. All right. Is that the name of aisle? Denial is cheating on you. Doom says, as a Kyle, I'm offended. Real name reveal. Kyle for zombies. Arceon says, everyone sucks here. Also, I will send you the last 3 Substack articles I wrote later today. Also, sometimes next year, could I hang out with you and TJ? Bold ask, I will say. Can't normalize that, or people are going to start getting real weird in the chat, I fear. ZoMG says, a reason to why being a girl's girly isn't great. Yeah, this is almost like the opposite of that too. Like, there's being a girl's girl, which is one extreme end of the spectrum, where you just like side with and support anyone with a vulva no matter what, which will end up tying you into so many different issues. Or there's the people with like so much internalized misogyny who are like so male and patriarchy centered that like they just assume that everything is a woman's fault, and they're like desperate to be like not like the other girls. Like, I'm not like the other girls. I'm different. I'm like, I don't really only get along with boys because girls are too much drama. And it's like, both of those spectrums are like super no bottle. Like, we can't have that. Like, there's so much middle ground between those two spaces. We don't need to go to either of those worlds. You can be a woman who's like, sometimes women do great things, sometimes women do bad things, and I will judge individuals based on their individuality. How hard is that? You know what I mean? It does not seem like the most impossible task. And I love that some of you are still in here like, it's intervention, the word is intervention, but because of the YouTube ads, it's like, too late. We've already gotten there. And I'm very proud to say I actually remembered it by myself. But thank you guys for coming in the clutch. It's that epilepsy brain fog. And y'all know I just had my medication dose upped because of my recent seizure. So now I'm like adjusting to new, stronger medication. So I'm gonna have moments where like maybe I don't fully remember a word. Remember the time I was trying to think of the word stocking and I was like, fireplace socks. But you guys, we get there eventually, Why is the screen mostly black? Oh, do you mean like when I have it up here? I mean like here, I could format this a little bit better. Oops. But since they're vertical, I can't really like fill the screen with it. Like I guess you could argue that I could, move it over and then fill the rest of the space with like my webcam, but I don't know. I just this way works out better for me. Is the way that I've experienced it. Okay, there. Now you got formatting queen on it like a bonnet. Who can forget fireplace socks? I mean, there's also the chance that this was all scripted and all staged. With anything you see on the internet, there is always that possibility, but whenever I react to any of these videos, I like to just take them at face value so that we can just have a conversation around it, because whether it's real or fake, these things still tend to be based off of real life situations. So even though we can't learn from these, sorry, I said that wrong. Even though we can't save these hoes, we can always learn from these hoes. And that's a lot of the point of this channel. I still have to put that on a t-shirt. Formatting queen, go diva go. Thank you. You understand what they got you on. I just got my dose upped. I am taking lacosamide, also known as Vinpat. But it's actually funny because my neurologist had to kind of like fight insurance to get my dose upped, and I was kind of like, why is this so complicated? Like, I clearly had a breakthrough seizure. This is a pretty good reason to change medication. Like, my MRI shows brain scarring, my EEGs show consistent seizure activity. Like, I'm clearly epileptic as fuck. Why are we having a hard time upping my dose? And she was telling me, well, seizure medication is a controlled substance, and there are a lot of people who like try to sell it and buy it on like the black market. And I was like, who the fuck is buying seizure medication? Like, all it does is make me nauseous and sleepy, and sometimes my lips go numb. Like, what? But then one of my moms was telling me that she was actually prescribed seizure medication for her back pain, and that it was one of the only things that's worked. So apparently, like, there are people like trying to buy and sell seizure meds like on the low. Not me. I will be taking all of my medication for myself because I don't like time traveling and power slapping the floor with my face. Not something I particularly jive with. If it is preventable, I would like to prevent it. Please. I don't care how much they're offering to buy it for. Not worth dying, quite frankly. Lots of ways to die from a seizure, so no thank you. But thank goodness my neurologist advocated for me. So, actually, today's the day I have to go pick up my new prescription, so thank you for that reminder. Shiny says Colleen Hoover highlights Diem, Ryle, Lowen, and Honor. Dude, don't even get me started. Lowen was another one of Colleen Hoover's names, and it like really broke a piece of my brain because some Dadvocate lore is that I had a speech impediment for the first 13 years of my life where I could not say my R's. So for 13 years, I was, by no choice of my own, Lowen. Now you're telling me you named a character Lauren with a speech impediment on purpose? You wrote a literary character named Lauren on purpose when some of us had to go to speech therapy for 13 years to stop sounding that way? Hell to the no. I was happy when like the rich main love interest started calling her Lo, I was like, thank God, please call her Lo for the entire rest of the story. I wish I would have figured out the Lo life hack at an earlier age, by the way, instead of telling people that I was named Lawn. So yeah, no, the Lowen one really truly triggered me. Oh man, thank God. By the way, and I love to tell this story because you never know who it's going to help. The way that I finally learned how to say my R's, by the way, was when I switched to a new speech therapist. And on day one, she had me go through like the usual, like Winosaurus, all that. And then she goes, okay, put the Skittle on the middle of your tongue and now try. Boom, muscle memory kicked in. Never had an issue saying my R's again. It just like, it literally was like, oh, that's how I'm supposed to be doing it. Never had an issue again. So if like you or someone you know or a little kid you know is having trouble saying their R's, get an M&M, get a Skittle, teach them that shit. You could literally save someone's life. Like, okay, maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic, but like, during the times that I had a speech impediment, I hated myself. My self-confidence was in the toilet. It was dog water. Like, I literally would go to sleep and be like, please just don't even let me wake up. Like, it's just not worth it. Like, I hate to be that dramatic, but I hated my life. So if you can help someone fix their speech impediment, please, please. Arseon says Dadvocate lawn care. Sorry, I couldn't resist. No, please. If that's going to be the new meme in the Discord, let it be epilepsy and speech impediment memes, because I can take it. All right, I can handle it. Bad for teeth, though? What do you mean, M&Ms and Skittles? You'll be fine. No, I just took the one Skittle. But, you know, you'll have those kids that trick ya. And they're like, oh no, I'm still not getting the hang of it. Looks like I need more Skittles. Yerp to Skirp says, I got the lisp and it still slips through. It's tied for my top biggest insecurity. You know, though, like, some lisps, like, sometimes people don't even notice. Like, I dated a guy in high school who swore that he had an S lisp, and he, like, insisted on it. But I was like, I don't hear what you're saying at all. Like, I truly never noticed it. But this was also the same guy who one time, we had been dating for like 2 years at this point. Maybe it wasn't 2 years, but it was definitely like over a year. And he's talking to a friend. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm missing, you know, a tooth in the back of my mouth. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're lying. Because he would like troll a lot. Like, he would just like make up stuff to like mess with people all the time. So I was like, shut up. No, you do not. Like, if you were missing a tooth in the back of your mouth, like, I would know. And he got so serious. He was like, no, like, for real. Like, how much do you want to bet right now that I'm missing a tooth? And I'm like, anything, dude, because you're lying. Opens his mouth, literally missing a tooth in the back of his mouth, and I never noticed. So I don't know, it just goes to show, like, there's so many things that we think that everyone else is hyper fixated on. No one even noticed. No one cares. See? No one cares. S's and T's. Damn. Well, I don't know if I have a Skittle for all of that. I just got the R part. Hard R. I'm sorry. Now I can say my hard R's. Damn, Snake coming and roasting all of y'all with a lisp or a lisp. Yeah, I went to school with a kid. He was in speech therapy with me all of the elementary school, who, like, his S's had the, you know what I mean? But he's doing really great now. We reconnected on Facebook, and he's got, like, a gorgeous wife, a gorgeous golden labradoodle, beautiful house, fine job he's maintained. So, like, it's always nice to see, like, the kids you struggle bust with, like, living large. So, Peter, if you're watching this, congratulations. Did you mean to say limp or lisp? You have a limp? You're a black belt limper? It's pretty dope. All right. Oh man, we're already reaching toward the end of our stream. Oh, Ravens, good afternoon from Kalamazoo. We're almost neighbors. You're pretty close. We're both on the western side of Michigan. Kalamazoo's pretty dope. Gotta say, I think I remember you being from Kalamazoo. Peter's here. Hello, Peter. All right. We've got another video. Okay. So, there's been a lot of content where kids are pranking their parents. And this is one of those things where we talked earlier about parent shaming and how appropriate or inappropriate that is. I will also say I'm not the biggest prank fan. I think a lot of pranks can just be annoying. But what we are about to watch is a prank on a parent that I am 100% in support of. It's one of those tricks that will truly humble a person. This is one of those things that was probably a long time coming, and by the end of it, you can't even be mad. So, without further ado, let's get into this epic mom prank. Let's get the volume going. All right.
Hey guys, we're eating, but I want to do this trend with my mom on TikTok because it fits her life right now.
What trend?
I'm going to give you a list of qualities in a man, and you tell me if it's a red flag or green flag. Loses everything. Hello?
What?
Loses everything.
What is he losing?
Keys, wallets, everything. Anything you could think of.
No, I'm not your mama. You need to keep up with your stuff. I don't care what it is. You need to keep up with it because I'm not finding nothing you lose. Get your life together. Red flag.
He has 5 or 6 jobs.
Probably a red flag because when are you going to have time for me?
Oh, okay. He has like 200 unread text messages.
No, that's a red flag because who are these people and why are they texting you that many times? No, not doing it.
Every day he looks in the mirror and says he's fat.
What?
Every day he looks in the mirror and says he's fat.
No, that's unattractive. Because that's a red flag. Because if I like you, I like you. I don't need you telling me every day that you look fat. That's going to get on my nerves.
Okay. Every time y'all go out to eat, he orders a whole bunch of food and then takes 3 bites and's full.
Who's paying for it? If I'm paying for it and you order all that food and you only take 2 or 3 bites, I'm going to be pissed. Because what are you doing? No. You need to know.
I think she's starting to connect some dots.
You need to know what you're going to eat when you order. I do that sometimes, but I don't need a man to do that.
No health insurance.
Huh?
No health insurance.
Kind of a red flag because, I feel like health insurance is a scam, but I don't have health insurance. But it's a red flag for him. Because he could get health insurance and give it to me. So red flag.
Anytime.
I think I'm eating your sandwich and you're eating mine. No?
No. Anytime they get food, he always smacks and then gets upset when the other person is annoyed by it.
Red flag. Red flag. No smacking.
He falls asleep every time you watch a movie or don't pay attention and ask questions the whole time.
Red flag, because if we're spending time together, no, because red flag is I'm super busy, and if we're spending time together, you're going to have to watch the movie, and you cannot be talking the entire time.
Takes gym selfies every day.
Well, I'll take gym selfies every day, but I don't want my man doing it. Red flag.
You don't want him to look good?
He can look good, but no, you don't need to take no gym selfie every day. Red flag.
Doesn't
I'm
match.
so full. What?
Doesn't match his clothes.
No, red flag. You need to know how to dress. You need to know how to dress. That's going to piss me off. Too much food.
Always says he's gonna save money, but then when he gets upset, he goes to TJ Maxx.
What?
I think that one might have gotten too specific.
When he gets upset, he goes to TJ Maxx.
No, before that.
He always says he's gonna save money.
And he goes, You're talking about me. You're talking about me. You've been talking about me this entire video, Leah.
Rage bait.
You've been talking about me this entire video. I do all those things.
I did not realize. You should have realized on the food one.
I was eating my food. You know what? I'm not taking you to Walmart now.
I don't even like Walmart. Hey guys, we're eating, but I want.
Oh my god. A gender swap test live and in action, like in the moment. The way that this was executed, pure cinema. Like, I started dying, absolutely dying, when it got to the point where she paused and you could see, like, you could practically hear it. Like it's a dial-up connection, like trying to connect, like, wait a minute, wait. This sounds like something that I do, but then the refusal to take accountability or to accept that, like, the whole, like, rules for me but not for thee dialogue, or other way around, the whole, like, it just kicks in the whole rules for thee but not for me thing, and then it's immediately like, well, yeah, but I do that, but it's different, but it's different, but it's different. Live and in the flesh, the way there was just excuses for absolutely everything all the way until the very end, when she finally realizes, wait a minute, this isn't things guys do. This is things that I specifically do, that you tricked me into admitting are red flags. Even then, the daughter goes, well, you should have realized it at the food one, which is smacks when they eat, which is the, if you don't know what smacks when they eat is, it's when they go, you know, some people just do that while talking as like an attitude type thing. My daughter is super into the smacking phase right now. But even in that clip, you hear her go, no, red flag, you ain't gonna be smacking. Jordan says, is this play about us? Perfect reference. Even then, when she realizes, like, oh, you should have realized it at the food one, she's like, yeah, but I was eating. Again, with some of these people, it is always deflection and excuses, to the point where, like, the deflection and excuses don't even make sense. Yeah, but I was eating. Right, and the context was when you're eating. The entire context was, is it a red flag when a man smacks his food while he's eating? And then you said, yes, that's a red flag. And then when it's turned around on you, you go, yeah, but I was eating. So one of you said, let me guess, she's divorced. And I mean, like, we can check.
My mom will take
the ring finger's right there. She barren. Now, for all we know, she is still married, and she just removed the finger. I removed the whole finger, removed the ring. I have a sneaking suspicion that maybe she's just insufferable. Maybe she's a little insufferable and someone got a little bit too tired with her inabilities to self-reflect or take accountability, and that maybe she's just not exactly relationship material. And maybe this is something that her daughter has kind of picked up on in life and was like, you know what would be an easy basket to sink? The red flag, green flag test. Now, mind you, there was not a single one of these scenarios that woman was even willing to excuse. Even the ones where she paused and literally buffered and thought about. Even the things like health insurance, where she herself admits that it is a scam, in her opinion, and that she does not carry health insurance. She was not willing to make a single concession when it comes to a man at all. At all. Even on the things that she was like, oh, yeah, I'm guilty of that and that and that. A man is not allowed to be guilty of it. Like, yes, this was kind of just a little prank, kind of just like a silly video, but This daughter ended up revealing a large amount of what has gone wrong with the way that social media culture has influenced women's brains. Now, mind you, men are being influenced in other separate problematic and toxic ways as well. They're making entire documentaries and movies about it. But this is one of the things that I don't think people feel very comfortable talking about, but something that is definitely a problem. You know what I mean? Is this failure to self-reflect, to take accountability, to admit, yeah, these are problems that I have. I myself am a flawed individual. So maybe I should have more forgiveness for or be more open-minded to the fact that other people might have flaws or idiosyncrasies that can be difficult to navigate or manage. There's just this hard stop line that social media both teaches and reinforces, that is, you don't have to settle for anything as a woman. You never ever have to settle, because dealing with any flaws or any idiosyncrasies or any odd characteristics is lowering the bar. It is settling. It is making yourself lesser. It is reducing your inherent value as a woman. This is what we're taught and sold. We are taught and sold and reinforced that you never ever have to deal with anything flawed about a man, because there's just so many out there. Whatever he won't do, someone else will, right? That's a big one. Everything that a man does wrong, weaponized incompetence. Everything that a woman does wrong, oh, well, it's just situational. It's just, it's okay when I do it. But it's different, right? And then even when all of this culminates and comes together and she understands, like, wait a minute, you just did this whole trick to show to me what my red flags are. There was no, dang, you really got me, or, oh shit, maybe I should really think about the way that I think about things. No, it was, well, now I'm punishing you. Now I'm not doing things for you. Okay, well, whatever you wanted, I'm not giving it to you anymore. Like, I'm starting to understand why she's not with the dad. Now, I don't know this man. Maybe he's a piece of shit. Maybe he's a piece of work. It's possible, but from what I'm seeing of the mom, it is a complete mindset of, I'm allowed to have flaws, you're not. And if you dare call me out for anything that I do wrong, I will punish you. I will withhold from you. A very familiar song and dance. These are things that are either taught, reinforced, enabled, or they're just not corrected. They're just ignored. People just kind of deal with them and let people be this way because they just don't want to deal with the fallout. So these types of women, they go later and later into their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, not curbing this kinds of behavior. Many of them are raising young men and women to either behave this way or expect to be treated this way. And then the cycle just continues. And we can just hope that her daughter, like, is able to see this and think to herself, like, this is crazy. I don't want to end up like that, which is kind of the way that it is showing. But also, like, do you think that the mom learned anything from this experience? Do you think that the daughter kind of gently calling her out like this will do anything? Or do you think that the daughter is only going to be further punished for this? What do you guys think? I don't have a lot of hope here. We are going to hop into the comments in a second, but first I want to read what you guys have to say. Peter, thank you for the generous 10, says, can you do that smacking again, Lauren? You mean that? I hope you guys aren't tricking me into, like, one of those weird clips. You know what I mean? How there's people who clip streamers sneezing because it, like, does something for them. Is the a thing now? Colonel Arnold says, the mom does kind of have a Karen haircut, not gonna lie. It's not I don't really know if this qualifies as Karen, but it is like very lesbian chic. Like if she was wearing a flannel, I would fully expect her to have been through at least 7 U-Hauls. You know what I mean? Oh god, why is it not letting me scroll down? Okay, and then I missed one more. Hammer says, good thing I'm basically flawless and perfect. I mean, true. Yeah, you don't have to settle for anything. Yeah, rule 34. That's true, I fear. The mom's a tyrant, the daughter is sadly. You never know. Who's to say? Let's read some of these comments. I love someone just zoomed in on some of the faces she was making. Yeah, audio only crew, that is one thing that you did miss on if you didn't actually like physically watch the video, is that some of the daughter's reactions as she like Jim Halpert glanced back at the camera were pretty iconic. Quote, I'm not taking you to Walmart now. Well, obviously we're going to TJ Maxx now. That's rich. That's pretty funny. She was just eating and telling on herself. I mean, that's the thing, is sometimes with these people, all you have to do is just let them talk for long enough and they will tell on themselves, but sometimes not, you know? She her own red flag when she realized the most don't date my mama video ever. She started to connect the dots multiple times. TJ Maxx, wait, this is about me? All them red flags, this is why we say single girl. Soon as Lid said something about TJ Maxx, that's when Crystal realized she was talking about her. She definitely looks like a Crystal, though. I can't explain it, but yeah, that's what crystals grow up and turn into. Girl, I was washing dishes, so I didn't look at the captions. I was only listening, not watching the video, and I was like, she ain't never gonna find a man with all these red flags. I realized that was going on at the same time you did, then I was dying laughing. The I can do it, but he can't energy is where it's at. Oh, God. You see what I mean, though? Is, like, a lot of women are like, yes, she's a queen for being this way. Like, this is the kind of energy I have. Like, it falls into this tool that I talk about often that women use, which is the main one being the giggle, which is whenever a woman is, like, getting into trouble or caught or being called out, she will often do what's called the giggle, which is where she's just kind of like, oh my god, yeah, but it's funny, right? Yeah, but I'm so quirky and silly for it, right? And they simply think that like they can get away with things as long as they're just cute about it. So it's like they have these behavioral flaws, which is that deeply they're hypocritical and unwilling to improve their behavior, and yet they think that it should just be dismissed because I'm just a girl, hee hee, a tee hee. And it's like, this is a specific woman quality. Like, men don't really have anything like equal to the giggle. I think men's version is probably just the shutdown. Is like, if a man does not want to deal with a confrontation, I think men are better at the shutdown than the giggle, where a man just like goes ice cold and is like, I'm not talking about this, I'm not dealing with this, which is like also frustrating. But yeah, it is kind of gross to read the comments and hear how many women are like, yeah, I'm totally like this. So this wasn't a learning moment for you either, I see. Oh dear. See, Potato Slice saying the giggle is cute. You're the reason the giggle exists. This is why the giggle continues to work since time immemorial. It's because of people like you. Damn it, Potato. The shuts. Yeah, y'all, you guys know what I'm talking about. You're like, yeah, I kind of am guilty of the shutdown. We've all got our toxic tools, I fear. Just kidding, bro, after a backhanded joke. No, oh my god, dude, for real. Women can do that too, though. That one's more gender neutral, is the, I'm just kidding, unless. That one's a kind of classic gender neutral one. All right. I think that's about all we're going to do for today. Now, mind you, tomorrow we have same time, same place, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, an ad-free members only live. And the theme is, I'll even give y'all a little sneak peek of what we've got going on. This one is the worst couple I have ever seen on Financial Audit. We're gonna watch a whole episode since it's ad-free and I won't get in trouble for it. But you guys know I'm a big fan of the show Financial Audit. If you've never heard of it, it is where this guy named Caleb Hammer invites people and or couples onto the show to discuss their finances. He creates a free budget plan for them, gives them access to all kinds of tools to help them out, be it giving them free courses to get certifications in things. Sometimes he'll even offer to pay for things for them throughout the show. I've seen that. But in exchange, they have to sit there and let him verbally berate them for their terrible life choices for like at least an hour. And I've been watching the show for years. I can't get enough of it because I am very metrics based. I am very like a financial guru in a sense. Like, I mean, I got me and TJ out of debt and up from like 500 credit score to like 700s while still earning like absolute shit tier money when I first moved out here because I know how to look at numbers. I know how to work with numbers. And I feel like a lot of people do not. And I feel like a lot of people are in such denial about their money and are just so dumb and bad at it that a show where a person finally just calls people out on their terrible decisions is so mwah, mwah. But what's amazing is that as the show has gone on, Caleb has kind of evolved into not just yelling at these people about their finances, but also their personal life decisions. So he's caught people cheating. He's caught people being completely inappropriate in relationships, people being completely inappropriate in other friendships, how they treat their parents. And he's even started like going through people's phones. Is they're warned ahead of time, like, not only am I going to roast you, but you're going to have to surrender your phone. So like, make sure you delete anything you don't want us to see because we're going to go through that bitch. And I've seen a lot of crazy episodes. This one that we are going to review tomorrow, I'm literally like making the same face as I made in the thumbnail. It's so bad and so crazy. It's probably going to end up being like a 4-hour stream with how much I'm going to have to like pause and react to just how insane this one is. I can't even begin to prepare you. It is every bad thing you could possibly see in Financial Audit. You may have even seen like shorts about this if Financial Audit reels show up in your feed. This one's so bad. We are going to have to watch it together. That's what's coming up tomorrow. But we also have so much more left in my itinerary for public streams. So look forward to next Monday. We'll come back. We usually stream Mondays, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. That's always public, but definitely consider joining either the Patreon or the YouTube membership because that is where you get, like I said, the backlog of hours and hours and hours of ad-free members-only content. You can just stream, listen to that throughout the week. So much to catch up on. What's the guy's name again? Financial Audit guy? Caleb Hammer. I love Financial Audit. I don't shut down. I giggle like a man. You know, I bet that actually, when you are a dude, I bet that works out so much better. Rob says, if this is us, the end, my dear friends, please take good care. Until next time, may peace, love, and blessings be with you always. Rob is always such a joy in the chat. We love Rob Hellfire. Oh, this always happens too. Is the battery always dies in like the final 5 minutes. I shall fix this. Boom. Okay, before I go to, did anybody have any burning questions for Sunvocate while he is summonable? Does anyone remember that the name of that game that someone wanted me to ask him if he's playing? It's like, it's too far up to scroll. Can't stand the guy. Yeah, I get it. A lot of people hate Caleb Hammer. They think he's too mean. They think he is too cruel. They're like, why is he amped up how mean he is? Because it gets the views, I have to say. Which, like, you know me, I don't typically side with, like, just do whatever you can to get the views. But, like, I don't know. I get it. I get why he's become this way. I get why the content has evolved in this direction. It's kind of like, if you've ever been to a Renaissance festival, and there's, like, those people who have the activity of, like, the jester, you throw tomatoes at him, and as you're throwing, he, like, roasts you. Some people are just really good at roasting, and he's kind of just, like, made that his niche, and everybody's warned before they go on the show, like, he's gonna be meanest to you, and they know what they're getting themselves into. Deep Rock Galactic. Okay. Ask him if the Saturday OTL Rook will come back. He does need to start streaming more. I don't think he realizes how much people actually want to watch him. Like, just because he's not getting, like, the same views that I get, I think that he, like, gets a little down on himself a little bit, and he's like, I don't need to stream that much. But he's also a super busy dude, you know? Like, he's got a full-time job outside of the house. He's raising 2 children. He's got stuff he needs to fix around the house. Like, he's a pretty busy guy. But I should try to get him more time to stream. Okay, let me ask if he's played Deep Rock Galactic real quick. Sunvocate. The people want to know if you have played Deep Rock Galactic. Well, chat, he has no idea what that game is. I don't either, actually. Unless the game has received public online backlash where Hassan calls everyone who plays it an incel pedo, I probably haven't heard of it. Shiny says Caleb Hammer gets meaner as Dave Ramsey gets chiller. Okay, well, he's at least recommending it to his 6'5" friend. So
6'7".
Sorry, 6'7".
He's even taller. I know, it's ridiculous.
That's so crazy, dude. Has Dave Ramsey gotten chiller? That kind of makes sense, though. He has not played Pragmata, although he can anytime he wants. Yeah, Dylan, if you ever want to play Pragmata, I have it on my Steam.
Same for you with Obscure Expedition 33.
Claire Obscure Expedition 3?
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Claire Obscure
Yeah.
Expedition 3.
Yeah. That was really
What
good.
even is that?
Do you guys know? I'm assuming you know what Claire Obscure is.
Oh god, someone said 6'7", my child has infected me with the brain rot. Does he get that a lot?
He uses it honestly, to joke with people that hate it more than he does.
Oh, he kind of does a thing of like, they can't make fun of you if you beat them to the punch.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can't make fun of me better than I can.
Yes, Expedition 33, yeah.
You guys have been
That's
talking
a good
about
one.
that game.
It's
is
good.
it, like,
It's
sandboxy?
It's a story-based, turn-based RPG, so I would say it's
More for
very
your
Dragon
dad.
Quest vibe.
Okay,
It's
your
very
dad
Dragon
might
Quest
like
vibe.
that more.
He would love Expedition 3. I think you would like it, though, because of a certain character in it known as Gustav. I think you liked it because of him. Because all the characters are beautifully written. I haven't even finished it yet. Devon and Eli both
Dude,
have.
the
but...
blurry guns, though.
Uh-oh.
Dude, every time you come on stream, by the way, the whole chat is always like, your son is shredded. Can he drop the workout routine, please?
Pull-up bar?
Yeah, he does
Dogs.
be doing the pull-ups.
The dogs.
Yeah, walking.
Ooh. Come here, baby. Dogs. That's it.
110 pounds, by the way.
Okay. That's how he gets in the car.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Wild. Best played in French with subtitles, I think is.
Yeah, I just play it in English.
The name Gustave does track now, though.
Yes.
Dylan says, there he is. Dylan, get the Saturday crew together again.
We'll
They
try.
were
We'll try.
hilarious. Actually,
We'll try.
I mean, yeah, after we're done with family photos, we're pretty much free, so It might have to happen. Have you already talked to the gang?
I'm gonna ask them. I'm gonna actually go back to mom's real quick and get my headphones because I think I left them.
They said Sunvakit got that dog in him.
No, he's right there. The other one's right there.
No, he's like, I got the dog on my biceps, actually.
And then there's you.
Yeah, I did take them this morning. I'm sure they won't say no to it. Another one. Parker just beat
Stepped
it.
on my toe and tripped.
Oh, jeez. Tomb says, Kyle says, I'm glad I'm 6'9", not 6'7". Both magic numbers, quite frankly.
You need to get 68 something. You need to get 68 something. They need something.
Someone create a 6'8" meme. That's your homework.
It's stuck between two funny numbers.
Oh man, well, all right. We're about to wrap up this stream. Do you guys have any last questions, comments, concerns, super chats, complaints, suggestions? Hammer says, I could probably outlift him. Honestly, though, if Hammers, I've seen the things that you do in the Discord. That Hammers is made of like pure testosterone, just like absolute manpower. Cinematic, thank you for that. I appreciate the compliment in the chat. And yes, everybody has to go follow OTL Rook and watch Sunvakit Saturdays. What are those? Now that's a meme I haven't heard in a while, but it's still going strong, actually. Cypher Troll says, I left the stream, or I left the Steam page for Space Dwarf on Discord. Okay. Just in case either Sunvakit or I wants to get in on that. Although I will say, I got Pokopia, and it's kind of taken over my life a little bit. I don't know if many of you know, but I completely lost my Animal Crossing island recently. Apparently it was not backing up to the cloud as I thought, and my Switch got water damage. So luckily I did recover the SD card, but the SD card was also water damaged. So most of the photos and videos are like corrupted. It's kind of like looking at a Polaroid that has like a light bleed going through it. So like they're not all there. But I was able to recover, like, certain things. So, like, there was, like, some winter day that I was able to get a lot of video of me walking around my perfect, gorgeous island. So you can at least see how much love I poured into it. But it is, like, glitchy and corrupted. So maybe I'll do, like, a haunted Animal Crossing members-only stream where I kind of show you what my island used to look at like, but it's glitchy. And it did perfectly save some videos and photos from when my daughter came and visited my island and we went on a museum date together. So like, I'm glad that that was salvaged, but it is gone. It is gone. So now I'm like pouring my life into Pokopia. Yeah, original Pokemon Snap is pretty dope. Actually, TJ still has him streaming the new Pokemon Snap. Xenogears. I feel like Dylan has played the crap out of that. But yeah, I have some shorts to film. Get all those down for the week. Gotta edit down some of my long form videos, but the content will keep coming. But alright, I gotta get out of here. You guys know it's tuna sandwich time. As always, this has been another wonderful stream. I love you guys, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.